CMC Special Report Credible Messengers on the At-Risk Movement Community Check-In. Downtown Manhattan, the weather was nice and sunny, but in a second-floor loft in Soho, there was nothing nice and sunny about the heated discussion on gun violence. At-Risk Movement held their first community check-in with a panel of credible messengers and a passionate community. One audience member said, "I have been an attorney for a long time, I have been to many events, and this is the best event that I've ever been to." The esteemed audience engaged the panel on topics of gun violence, prison conditions, PTSD, environmental norms and conditions, social influencing, and criminal justice reform.
I realized that so many people before me had lived my life already, and I was duplicating their life. I'm in a box with 5 years in a box. I'm reading, and I wondered, what was I going to do when I returned to society?
And I'm the big brother. Everybody either love me, fear me, or hate me, but they're gonna stay out of my way. From the administration to my comrades in the jail. Because they'll tell you how I handle administration, they get the worst of the worst. Because when they brought the little Scared Straight program through there, they used to have dudes yelling in the kids' faces. I deaded all of that. I told all the little young brothers and sisters that they brought to penitentiary, I said, when you come here, I ain't the one you gotta worry about. Because I'm from your block, I'm from your neighborhood. I'm the older dude that tell you, yo, get your ass off the block and go to school. I ain't the one you gotta worry about.
I was interested in that. We gotta do something. And my neighborhood was falling apart. Everybody was dying. People were moving in and selling drugs and selling cars and selling all types of stolen goods. And I was just always inspired to do something for my neighborhood. You know, I grew up loving my neighborhood, loving my culture, loving my family, loving my friends. You know, I grew up in a breakdancing crew, so we grew up before we saw all the crack and all the drugs. There was gangs, and it was cool to, you know, it was cool. We were all part of different cliques, but it was never as violent as we saw even in 1986. It got crazy.
Because we are the same. It's not just our life experiences, it's also who we are, meaning how we view ourselves.
Particularly in marginalized communities and minority communities, we deal with a lot of trauma, right? Trauma, childhood trauma, and then it produces other trauma because a lot of the times we initiate our own trauma, right? For the things that we do from responding to the trauma, right?
Exactly.
And then it becomes a continuous cycle, right?
All right. I wanted to say thank you to Greg because that's where I was trying to go. It is part of your experience. Definitely, definitely.
Grand Rising, America. My name is G.S. Brooks of the At-Risk Movement, and today I want to inform you of the purpose of the At-Risk Movement. The At-Risk Movement purpose is to save youth that are at risk of being a statistic. We offer mentoring services for court-involved youth or youth that live in struggling communities. The purpose of the At-Risk Movement is to reduce the rising levels of violence in the at-risk community. According to NYC.gov, in 2020, the arrests for the month of November were up 112.3%, driving a 22.2% increase in citywide gun arrests compared with the same period a year ago. Empower your community. Go to www.atriskmovement.com. My name is G.S. Brooks of the At-Risk Movement, and I approve this message.
Empower your community. Go to www.atriskmovement.com. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, 1976.